So what do you guys think is the secret to our decade-long friendship?
You just said it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love each other individually.
Yeah.
We appreciate who each one of us are separately and collectively.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
That's
let me
a great
tell
point.
you, when we started to pick an executive board, the people, and it was like, oh, Jesus, people that we talk to, and oh, my Lord. Oh, and I believe in that divine spirit.
Yes.
And that divine connection when we finally had, first we started with Trey Love, and then you Lord have mercy, Spark Plug came along.
Yes.
And truly was our Spark Plug.
Because it was someone else before Spark Plug.
Oh, God, don't.
So wait, no, it was someone else before me.
Okay.
Well, it
That
was
was-
both of them, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it was somebody that was
Jesus,
doing
like,
the T-shirts or something.
Oh, yeah, that
before.
one worked.
Yeah. But immediately it was like, okay, they gone. We was like, I sit here and say, and she's always the nicer one, like, okay, you gonna tell this lady? Yeah, okay, here you go. We don't need you.
Thank you.
Then she comes along and says, okay, here you go. We don't need you. Like, so that divine connection.
Yes.
Because I've had nonprofits, and you have people you have to fire, you get, and it's never been that factor. It was just like, Lord, you gave us not just that unity of where it started just with finding people with our names,
Right.
but goodness, like
Yeah.
you just don't hear that a whole board of people continue together.
Yes.
When I see that T Club message pop up,
I
I be about to break my phone to see what's going on, because I know my girls has got something going on.
And that's a good check-in place for us. Like if it's been a minute, like, hey, what we doing? What's going
Even just
on?
a positive quote, just like make you smile. Like,
Yeah, because it brings you back to this.
Yes.
And I would say the biggest thing is trust.
Life keeps changing, and I keep aging. Turn my stress into blessings. I'm here to share my lessons.
Hey, beautiful people, and welcome to Girl, I'm Making It Through. This is where real women share real talk about life after 50. The ups, the downs, the lessons, the laughs that keep us going. My guests and I walk through love, loss, reinvention, and joy, and we've leaned on one another every step of the way. What makes this circle so special is our bond of sisterhood that's lasted more than a decade, holding each other up in hard times and celebrating each other's victories. But here's the twist that makes our story unforgettable. Every single one of us shares the same name. That's right, we're all named Tracy. So sit back, relax, and join us as we dive into today's conversation. Trust me, you'll laugh, you'll relate, and you'll leave reminded that no matter the season, sisterhood makes the journey sweeter. This is One Name, Many Stories. Life, love, and laughs. Tracy Style. All right, guys, welcome my guests, my Tracys. Hey,
what's
I'm
up?
so happy that you guys are here and that we were able to do this. Much needed. It's been a minute.
So.
It's been a minute. So let's start with introductions.
Hi, so I'm Tracy, Tracy. Call me Miss Fred.
Yay.
Yes.
And I'm Tracy, Tracie, and you can call me Brown Sugar.
All right.
And I'm Tracy, Tracey.
All
And
right.
you call me Spark Plug.
Okay. And I introduce myself once again, Tracy, Tracy, and they call me Trey Love. All right. Let's get into it, ladies.
Yes.
So, Red, starting the Tracy Club. Tell us about what prompted you to start the Tracy Club.
Well, what really has started forever, people always approach me, with my name if they were Tracy. The main thing I would say, how do you spell your name? Because I was always told that my parents spelled my name like a boy.
Me too.
So yeah, so then it came into a factor of meeting people, and then when Facebook came along, it was like, hey, I would search for people's names, and then I thought about it and say, hey, when they start, where you could get a group and so forth, and then I approached which this is actually also my cousin, and say, hey, can you be my VP? Let's search for some people and so forth, and get this thing started.
All right.
And then from there, it was like we did it the right way. We're getting an executive board and so forth, and hence come you two queens.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
So this is actually the executive board of the Tracy Club. What has brought you guys, and I want you each to answer this question, the most joy about this group, the Tracy Club?
So what has brought me joy is meeting and connecting with people that have the same name as us. I would have never thought that we would have so many people with the same name, men, women, it doesn't matter race, doesn't matter, but just being in this group and being a part of this board and meeting you ladies.
We're all the same name, but different spellings. And it's over how many people? 2,000
Well,
at least.
Facebook, kind of start blocking us. But we've got that, because I also started a page with just saying Tracy Club because it blocked us after so much. We keep trying to but now. Over 2,000 if we check out all our social media.
That's what's up. And just so you guys know, it's the official Tracy, and these are all different spellings. So look for that on Facebook. If your name is Tracy and you are not already a part of the group, look for that. Right. And our logo shows all the different spellings of the name.
And now we have more. Yeah.
Goodness. Yeah. So I wanted to dive into our sisterhood. And as I mentioned in the intro, that we have been there for each other, the ups, the downs, the sideways, the fun, the sad time, just everything, a decade that we've been together collectively. Of course, you guys as family forever, but us four as a unit for a decade now.
Yeah.
So in that, and I wanted to have this conversation up front so we can get it out the way and enjoy the rest of the show. Loss. We've all suffered a great deal of loss recently, and it seems back to back with one of us. And for our listeners, we're now on the other side of this thing and, experiencing that more and more. So I wanted to have just candid conversation about what that looks like. And what do you guys think or wish that people understood about grief? I'll start. Yeah.
Okay.
That is different for every person.
Yes.
It's different for every person.
Yep.
It shows up differently. It comes out differently. People handle it differently. You may heal faster than I heal, So I wish that people understood to let you take your time with that process.
Yes.
Would y'all agree with that?
Yes.
Anything else you want to add to that?
Well, I agree with the fact of taking time, but not too much time. Because I think my biggest loss that you all know that I share is my queen, my mother. And she was like that last piece of my puzzle, even though throughout life we switched roles, because I lost my father like over 20 years before that. So I became that caretaker, even though she was fine up until her later years in life.
Yeah.
And for a minute, being that I had already served somewhat in that matriarch position, I just functioned.
Yes.
And did not take that time to grieve till it hit me. And going to counseling that some people don't do.
Right.
It don't help some people. But it helped me. And then also things that began to resonate that my parents taught me.
Yes.
That I had to do the work.
Yes.
Yeah. You want to add to that, Brown Sugar?
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback on that with there's no certain amount of time to grieve.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone grieves in their own way. But like Red said, you can't stay there.
Yes.
You cannot stay there because you could wallow in that misery and it can take you out. So you just have to, seek help in whatever way you find is best for you.
Right.
You know, you have grief counselors, and that's what they're there for.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Anything to add?
I would say dealing with grief, I learned from my daughter that some of the things that we say to people while they're grieving may hurt them more than you realize.
That's such a great point.
Yes.
The power of the tongue. That's such a great point.
Yeah, they're in a better place.
Yes, yes. All the things that are just, out there that people historically said, but it don't mean that it's the right thing to say. Who want to hear that shit? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like coming up as a young girl, I never dealt with grief until her mother died.
Yeah.
And so when it came time for me to console her, I didn't know how, and I didn't know that I hurt her. She actually ended up helping me when my mother died.
Yes,
she came and consoled me, and then she also let me know then that I hurt her by saying those words, because everybody is different. You don't know, so sometimes it's just best to hug them if they want to be hugged,
right,
and just be quiet.
Yeah, and sit in that space with them, because sometimes that's all you need is someone else's presence.
Right.
Yes.
Very much so.
Right. Yeah, and all of us, during loss, we've all displayed incredible strength. Yeah. And you and I are a lot alike in how we do things. It's uncanny almost, like how we parallel. But we be about handling the business,
right?
Yeah.
Making the arrangements, taking care of everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Until you have a moment of silence, and then that's when it hits you.
That's
like,
the
were
freak
you? Were you? And I shouldn't even ask this question because it's. But were you surprised at how much strength you had when you look back, right?
Yeah.
At how much strength it took for the losses that we've experienced. And we're talking moms, grandmoms, brothers, sisters, husband,
your mates.
Yeah. So we've just the strength alone. I mean, I sit sometime and just look back and like, how I got over. Yeah.
How you made it through.
Yes, how you made it through.
Exactly.
How you made it through.
Exactly.
And you got to sit in it at sometimes, because my mate was phenomenal, and most men, they don't know how to handle stuff, because he still had both his parents at the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, but just him being there,
and that's it.
Because knowing that I had all this weight on my shoulder, and just being there. And then, but I still had to take the time, just like me.
Yes.
And when I finally did, and just woosah'd in my mother's room, I just, know, and it's okay to have a good cry.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Then I have a good laugh.
Yeah. So, and that comes in phases, right?
Yes.
Because initially it was like, I remember like, it was really hard to talk about my mom. I mean, I people would say, oh, your mom, and tell me stories about my mom and stuff like that. That surprised me, that I didn't even know things she was involved in. But then it got to a point, I was, and I'll tell y'all a quick story about it. I was on Facebook, and you know how the memories come up. And I had posted that, I said, my mom told me, if the grits ain't hot on the plate, scrape them in the trash.
Okay, the analogy?
Exactly. In other words, if that motherfucker ain't got, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
To the curb.
Don't
You know what I'm saying? Yes, don't waste no time. If the grits ain't hot on the plate,
move along.
Scrape them in the trash.
I've never heard that. That is too good.
And it made me laugh, because then I thought about all the things, the little anecdote things that she said. Do you have a memory of when BJ had said something?
Lord have mercy. It's just so many, but I guess for me, it just was a matter of her children.
Yeah.
And my siblings. And like, again, being the oldest, and it was always like, those are my damn children.
Right.
Those are your siblings. So you don't have to like different things that they do, but when you step in that role when I'm not here, and she always tried to prepare me, when I'm not here, then guess what? You're going to be that motherly figure.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's exactly the role. But
yes,
I constantly say, but I'm not mama. And they say, yes, you are.
Right. So we're gonna talk about that too, because what about you, Brown Sugar? Any traditions, a loved one that you've lost
Yeah,
that you
especially
carry
like
on?
your
Or
sister, y'all
Yeah,
were so close.
yeah.
She was funny.
Yeah, she was a character. My daughter and my sister actually share the same birthday.
Wow.
And Taylor was due May 28th, but Dee Dee told me, no, she's going to wait. You're going to have her on June 11th. I said,
That's a
okay.
good distance, right?
Oh, wow.
A couple
41
days
and a
to
half
right.
weeks.
Yes, yes.
I did. I had
Wow,
Taylor
isn't it
on
something,
Dee Dee's
though?
birthday.
Wow.
So we will always celebrate her. When we
Yeah.
celebrate Taylor,
Yeah.
we're going to celebrate her anyway, but because they have the same birthday, it
Yes.
just makes it more special.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
so we
Like
will-
you always will have a piece of her celebrating on
Yeah,
Taylor's
so
birthday.
We will
True.
always toast to her and just,
Yeah.
celebrate and love on her in our own
Yeah.
way.
That piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's I kept saying, oh, before my grandmother goes, before my elders go, there's things I wanted to learn to do
Yeah.
that I never thought I would ever want to do, like
Yeah.
baking.
Right.
I don't want nothing to do with no baking.
Right.
But something
You
kept
find yourself
kicking at me,
baking?
and I was like, I gotta learn, because my mother tried to teach me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's girly stuff. I don't want to
Okay.
do that.
Okay.
So, banana pudding.
Banana pudding.
I made her a banana pudding for the first time because I finally tried it, and she talked about it like a straight dog.
I'm going to say, I know she gave you the truth. So,
The beeswax.
Was
you
it
didn't
good?
get it right the
Who
first
told
time.
you to put salt in it?
You
That's funny.
didn't follow
That's
her
funny.
recipe?
It was a pinch of salt.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah.
And she could taste it.
She
so
could taste
from
it,
then on,
'cause they know.
I never put the salt in there.
They know.
And then before she,
Put salt in
it
banana
was,
pudding.
I had
Only
looked
her.
at 2 different recipes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you get Becky
But
that recipe.
before she
But-
left here, I got it right.
Good.
You got it
good,
right.
Yeah.
Good. So you mentioned something that I wanna circle back to. That you took on the mother role, right?
Uh-huh.
Now I'm gonna tell you, I did exactly the opposite.
Yeah. You talked
Because my family did exactly the same thing. Now that she's gone, and you were the go-to person, and now you have to fulfill that. No, the hell I don't.
Yeah.
Right.
And guess what? I did not. I did not. I felt like with her gone, I could finally have peace. And not in the sense that she was any burden, trouble, whatever, but it was like
You could breathe.
I could do me now.
Yep.
Right.
I don't have to worry about her and making sure
Right.
she's good.
Yeah.
It's all about me. And let me tell y'all, well, y'all know it's been all about me.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I'm
It's
talking
been
about.
all about me.
And
all right.
you taught me off the ledge at times with that, because it would be either people coming to you, it seems to be like, say you lose your mother, you lose your sister, you lose your maid or grandmother, and it's like, so I need some help to deal with it. And she's taught me off the ledge quite a bit, because then I soaked into it. And it was a trigger that took me steps back, which it should not have. And finally having, because that also helps, having someone that can redirect you,
Yes.
definitely,
Yes.
whomever it is, because it's not necessarily your mate or your family members or
It could
someone
be outside.
It could be your sisterhood,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, your sisterhood.
So
Yes.
and because and I know why I got the call. So
Yes.
but yes,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, if we don't keep it 100 with each other,
Right.
who gonna?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's one of the great things that
And
we're
I
going to discuss.
appreciate it.
What
Yeah,
things from this
child.
sisterhood that we have gained, and that fact alone that we could keep it 100 with each other
yes,
in love.
yes,
In love.
yes.
Yeah, so we'll switch gears. Enough about
yeah,
grief.
yeah.
But I wanted to do that segment just because
Yeah.
other women are going through it and not know how. And I do want to share one organization that helped me a lot. Grief Share. It's called Grief Share. Griefshare.org is where you can find a local church that has like a group therapy about the different steps in grief. And it was a tremendous help for me when my husband passed. And I realized that I had never really grieved my mother. So I did both of them at the same time, still, going through a little bit of it, but for the most part, they were a tremendous help. So any of you guys out there that are going through grief, reach out to griefshare.org, look them up, and just put in your zip code, and you'll find a location near you.
That's wonderful.
Now, let's switch gears. What's the most surprising thing about being over 50, good or bad? You gonna go brown sugar? Go ahead.
Yeah, she ready. She's like,
Right. She took a
Baby.
breath. She took a breath.
I used to care, like if I would lose a friendship or have a rift with somebody,
Yeah.
I would, just be, still trying to hold on to that person. But after 50, I give 2 fucks.
There you go.
If you don't want to talk to me, that's on you. We don't ever have to talk again, and I'm gonna be fine with that.
That part right there.
Because
That part.
I know who I am and whose I am.
That part.
And so that if you don't want to be friends with me, okay, I'm gonna love you from way
not
over
in
here.
kindergarten.
Way over
Exactly.
here.
I
You're
have
not
to
in
love you.
elementary no
Way
more.
over
Long
here.
handles for
Right.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you say?
Them awful ass night sweats.
Okay, so you in the menopause era. Let's table that one.
That's my bad thing.
Let's
That's my
table.
bad thing.
I was like, we're talking positive. What are you doing? No, because
She
I
said
good or
good or
not.
bad.
I
Oh,
asked
good or bad.
bad.
Oh, I thought we
good
were
or
just
bad.
doing a positive.
I
Okay.
asked good or bad.
Okay.
But we gonna say menopause for a whole discussion in
Okay.
just a minute because
Jesus.
I concur.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm where she is though too. I'm
Yeah.
at that I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck stage.
Yeah.
About
Yeah.
nothing nobody got
Yeah.
going on, nothing going on in their life. If I ain't eating it, I ain't shitting it.
Right.
So I
And
don't
that
care.
part-
That's a T-shirt.
And that part. And I
Dang.
think that's after 50, it's like, you know what? I done been over the river and through the woods, baby.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Ain't
Isn't that the
nobody
same
got time
deal?
for that. But
It's the toxicity for me.
it's the toxicity.
Yeah.
And I agree
Yeah.
with you, like losing friends. And it seems the more like when you go in a certain or elevate to a certain level or like mentally, physically, whatever the case may be, and as you've aged, you've lost people along the way, but I see it a lot more after 50 because you have a lot of people that still have not matured.
Yes. Yes.
And like you said, I
They
ain't
saying
got
it's-
time for
they
that.
in the same
And it's
spot.
their own issues.
And it's their own issues. But it's a lot of
yeah.
things that they're holding on to from their past. Like, let that
Right.
shit go. You
Yes.
cannot change it.
Exactly.
And
Had
most
nothing to
people
do
get,
with
Yeah.
and it ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
It's
They,
that
they
part.
too scared to grow up.
And I've been at I'm sorry.
No, they just too scared to grow up.
Yeah.
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 They feel like they
Yeah.
to stay young, they gotta stay stupid.
Wait, you dropping gems.
Yeah.
You
Well,
dropping
You
gems.
know, like my grandma used to say, you can be an old fool.
You
now.
can be an old
You can be an
fool.
old
What they
fool.
say with age come
Yeah.
wisdom, that's
Yeah.
a whole face lie.
Not at all. And
What
I've dealt
would
with
you
the
say?
factor of just people and friends where my mother used to always say you have acquaintances and you have friends.
Yes.
Right.
And as we get over this 50 and this age, you see it and
You
you,
see it.
realize it. And then when you have people that seem to have, I don't want to necessarily say jealousy, but it is an issue
is.
with I'm not at the point you're at. That's
Yes.
fine in
Yes.
life. Or I made different decisions where we should be over the hill
Yes.
and they're still under the hill.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with me.
Nothing to
and
do
then
with
whatever
you.
you need to do and whatever whatever position I put you in my life it is what it is.
It is what
but
it
it's no
is.
competition. It shouldn't be.
Right.
Jealousy, competition, whatever. Let's push each other if we have to. But then, honey, I can't push you. You got to do your own thing, and then So yeah,
And not gonna do it.
yeah,
We're all
I am
afforded
done
the
with the
same
dummy.
opportunity.
yeah.
Yes.
That has always been
It's
told
up to
us.
you to take
Yeah.
the opportunity
Been
to
told
better
to us.
yourself. Don't be mad
Exactly.
at me because you're not where I am.
And and man, I can't even tell you the number of times. And it's so surprising because it be the one sometimes that's closest to you. You be
Yes.
like, what the
Oh
fuck?
my
What is
goodness.
this?
Right,
Yes.
right.
Like I'm
it's
thinking
been
all
held
along,
in, though.
it's
Yep.
been held in.
knock on
and,
wood.
right,
Yes,
and
yes.
this, and it'll take one thing.
To pop it out.
Yeah.
But I say thank you very much though when it does
Yes.
come out. I
Yes.
appreciate it because
Thank you
now
very
I know
much.
how to deal
Thank
with you.
you
That
very
all
much.
this time
Because
you
at
just-
some point in time, we felt something,
Yep.
but we overlooked it
Yeah.
because
It's-
I've been friends with her
Yep.
for 30
We've been
years.
tight
Ain't
too
that
long. We've been cool too long.
Right.
They
Right.
wouldn't do that.
Right.
You're imagining.
Right.
Maybe you're a little
Right.
paranoid.
Look,
They're
Right.
not doing
even
that
your
to
mates
you.
and your family tell like that. You not see this joker.
Exactly.
Right.
I had
see
that
it.
happen. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I had that happen. I had a guy tell me, he was like, hey, That's your partner, but she jealous. You. Oh no,
right.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it came
Fast forward
Baby.
10 years. The fuck? I had to call him.
Boy, look.
Remember
hate to
when
say
he was
it.
like, I told you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I hate that you
that's
don't
a
wasted all this time. Like,
That's
I
a
hate to
hurtful
say it.
call. That's a hurtful call.
Yeah,
It wasn't though because
to admit
it wasn't though because I really knew in the pit of my stomach that I had outgrown that person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was just still holding on.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know. But ooh.
Yeah, Damon
And
is
I
good for that
understand.
too.
Huh?
Yeah.
Damon.
Your husband's
Yeah.
good for that.
And wait, let me
Yeah.
shout out my brothers.
Yes.
Ulysses, Damien, and Patrick.
Yes.
What's up? I haven't seen my bros in a while. I gotta
No,
holler
we
at
gotta
them.
get, hey.
Hey, and we working
Yeah.
on a new bro for y'all. We
Yeah.
working on
Sucking now.
Yeah, we need to corner him. What you got going on? What's that?
But
Right.
even when I remember my parents talking about you have seasons in life.
Yes,
And
yes.
people would be a part of those seasons.
Yes.
I used to didn't get that, and now I do. And then when it's like, okay, I no longer talk to a person, you get busy in
Yeah,
life,
Yep.
yeah.
but no one should get offended.
Right.
So then, okay, now I realize you're a part of that season, or
Yes.
when people say life is short, things kind of change when you're over that 50,
Yes.
and I'm a year from that 60
Yeah.
for real, to where it's like, wait a minute, life is what you live.
Yes.
You know, because
Yes.
really
Yes.
saying life is short, it's like, you take
Yeah.
your day by day, but hey, you never know. You're
Yeah.
just wasting
Yeah.
time
Yes.
on.
on foolishness.
On unnecessary
Because
stuff.
that ain't what we gonna do.
and unnecessary people.
Unnecessary people and unnecessary stuff.
Yep.
Now I got a question. What piece of advice? Now we over 50. Red about to push 60, looking like she 25 by the way.
I'm gonna pay you after the show.
Okay. Under the table, right? What piece of advice would you give your 30-year-old self? You want to start?
Yes. Don't be afraid. And just do it.
Okay.
Try whatever
Nike.
that puts that big fear in you, that puts that pit in your stomach. Do it.
Do it. Okay. That's a good piece of advice.
That's good.
Now, let me ask a follow-up question to that, though. Now that you're over 50, did you just do it?
I'm attempting it now.
Now, good.
Yeah, I'm
Never
getting
too
my
late.
website together, trying to get it going.
Good. Right.
Yes.
What you say, Red?
For me, it's a matter of don't be so hard on yourself, and being I'm not only the oldest child, the oldest grandchild, so it was always in my mind so much was expected of me.
Yes.
And then now it's like, okay, I didn't do this. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't give a damn. Y'all called me to do this. Well, she's supposed to organize it. No, one of you all take the
Right.
reins. And if you want to be mad, you be mad. So now I'm not as hard on myself. Like, I got to do this.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I'm the oldest. I'm
Right.
responsible.
Yep.
Right.
So
Yep.
now just like, and then, honey, if I don't meet goals, because I always was a goal,
Yes.
okay, but
That's
still
a good one,
not
though.
being too relaxed. But just I used to stress with that.
That's a good one.
Goodness,
Yeah.
yeah.
So far, y'all hitting both points for me, too. What you
Yeah.
say, Brown Sugar?
I would tell myself, stop procrastinating.
That's another one. Yeah,
Stop
That's
waiting
easy.
and waiting. What you waiting for?
yeah.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Go to school, lock you down a career,
By the way,
join the military.
by the
Who?
way, yes.
Yes.
Army
Yes.
strong.
Yes, so you can
And college
retire early,
recent college
like
graduate.
some of these queens that
Yes.
I'm singing
Yes.
with tonight.
Yes. I got my countdown going for that. Yes, indeed. Yes,
That's what I'm
indeed.
talking about.
Okay.
Don't get married just because you want to be a wife. Get married because you love,
Or because
that
you're a
man.
mother.
It's my first
Yeah.
marriage. I got married because I just wanted to be a wife, but that didn't work. But God
Yes.
sent me who I was supposed to have.
There you go.
And just travel,
Yes.
save,
Yes.
Yes.
Save.
take care of your credit.
Yes.
Credit.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
So you done ran my whole
A
gamut.
whole lot of things. I would have told 30-year-old Tracy, okay?
Yes, learn
Pay off my
finances.
house. and
Right,
Lord,
right.
yeah, we
So,
going
man,
on and
Take
on.
financial classes. You know,
That's
something on that level. Yeah.
So you guys hit like all the things for me. And like you, I wasn't the oldest, but God done you swore I was.
Yeah, I definitely thought so.
Oh,
You
yeah.
play that role. Woo.
Right.
I'm the only
Wait, y'all
girl,
see my
so
face.
it's forced on me.
You see my face.
Right.
So they thought, and it wasn't even about being the only girl. It was, I guess, who I was as a person.
As a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I took on more than I should have. More responsibility for people. And I always put myself on the back burner.
Yes.
So if I could tell my 30-year-old self something, put yourself first. Put yourself first. And then, like they say on the airplane, when the oxygen mask come down, secure yourself first.
Good analogy.
And then let everything else fall into place.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll
You
let
said
that
a
go at that.
mouthful, yeah.
I said a mouthful with that.
'Cause if
And
you're not happy and at peace,
Yeah.
how are you tumbling down to
Someone
everything
else,
else?
right.
So that's true.
and putting everybody before me,
It's
you know,
draining.
and their needs and their wants. And
Yes.
and I'm going to tell y'all the most powerful word, and I know y'all going to be like, hell yeah.
No.
No. No.
Gonna make a big T-shirt saying no with an exclamation
And
mark.
No
when you
is
let
okay.
your
okay.
no mean
No,
no.
me
Yes.
no.
Not
Oh
no,
my God.
maybe.
The
no.
relief
Yeah.
of the word no. And when I
And don't
learned
feel
it, I was
bad.
like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
hell to the no.
Yeah.
No, nope, can't do it.
No,
Can't. And
no,
guess what?
No.
People, right? People survived.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or
They figured it out.
yeah.
Yep.
It wasn't up to me to
It
help
wasn't
them get to
detrimental.
the other the other
Right.
side. So
And for me, I think it's the reaction because that tells me a lot about a person that I
Yes.
have been saying yes, yes, yes to, and then they finally got to know in the reaction. Of, oh, okay.
I'm dealing with that right now.
Yes.
I'm dealing
like-
with that right now,
So,
and
yeah.
it's pretty ugly because you know it's a close relationship, and like all my life I've been, you know,
Give
there
Yep.
and yes and yes and
Yep.
yes and yes, and the one time I say no, you know,
That's a problem.
It tells you a
flipped
lot,
out.
though. Yeah.
it tells me a lot. It tells me a lot.
Sometimes it can be, for me, it has been hurtful, but
Yes.
I absorbed it like, thank you for that eye opener,
Yes.
though.
Yes,
So, yeah.
exactly. I did
Yeah.
exactly the same
Yeah.
thing, but now I am okay
Yeah.
with my no being no and whatever consequences came with that.
And the toxicity that y'all bring with it because I said no.
Yes.
Y'all can keep that too.
Yeah, exactly.
All
Exactly.
of
You're
it.
right, though.
Yeah, because
Right.
you spend all your life saying yes, helping everybody.
Yes.
Sacrificing.
This is the first time in a long time my house has not had a tenant.
Yes.
Wow.
Where
Wow.
it's just the original
You
people
ain't
that
updated
moved
us
in.
on that. Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
So that brings me to my next
Yeah.
question. Something new that started happening in your life, or what have you started doing after 50 that you didn't do before? So now you have no tenants, so you and Pat run around the house with your drawers on, or no drawers at all.
Look,
Or no drawers at all.
Look, I made that first time I made that walk
Now,
to the basement to go put some laundry in the washing machine.
Yes.
And what nobody, and I ain't have to,
Like,
it was so freaking freeing. I was just like, oh, this is about to be it, baby. Yes. Yes. It was so,
liberating.
it was just a release.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
Because it was, when we first moved in that house, it was just me, my husband, and my son.
Yeah.
So now it's just me, my husband, and my son.
Good deal.
All tenants, extra bodies,
It's
extra.
gone.
Oh, but you got that
It's
other
gone.
room. It's my
That
craft
part.
room now.
Right.
There ain't no
part.
vacancies.
So speaking of
No
crafts, is
vacancies.
that something that you started doing after 50, getting serious? So y'all, for y'all that don't know, this is the crochet queen.
Yes.
tell
I
me.
wish you had brought
Still
my
learning.
booties in so
They
I
are
can
in.
show
They are
people.
in.
But
Yeah.
but I'm gonna post a picture of some of her work, like
Yes.
crochet queen.
Brilliant.
Okay.
So, but what's something you started doing after 50 that you didn't do before?
I started planning the business.
Okay.
I always kept saying, I'm going to do it. I'm
Yeah.
going to do it. I'm going to do it. I
So you
did
stopped
bartering.
procrastinating.
I did stop. That is my middle name, girl. I
And
did
you
some
started
bartering
doing-
work
Yes.
where I made an outfit for a friend,
Uh-huh.
and she's doing my website and helping
Okay.
me load everything up, pictures and everything. So I'm
Good.
in the process of
Good.
jumping out of my fear zone.
Good deal. What about you, Brown Sugar? Something that you started doing after 50. Wait, and this is a jack of all trades now
Jacqueline.
and master of a few. So listen,
I actually enrolled in college
yes.
when I turned 50.
Wait,
Yes.
and graduated what?
Summa cum laude.
For the people in the back.
Wait a minute, don't hesitate.
For the people in the back. Yes.
That's what I'm talking
Yes.
about.
Class of 2024.
Yes.
And so I got my
Won't he do
my
it?
bachelor's in communications.
Okay.
So that's what I did after I turned 50.
That's what's up.
Won't he do it?
Congrats. Congrats. What about you, Red?
I think trying different things, and when I say trying different things, like from businesses, I retired once I got out the military at 45, so that then I start going to school, but then just always I had like I got to do this at this time, this at that time. Now I'm good with, hey, I'll start writing this book, and I write this book. Okay, I'm done with that. I'll start doing this, and I'm done with that. And just kind of not saying I got to stay on one track, because it was always I got to finish this, whether it took me 5 years, then start with something else. And I was like, okay, I'll do this, and then I'll do that. And that fear of failure sometimes I think was the factor, because it was always like I've got to live up to a certain thing and get it done. So now I was like, I'm gonna do this, but don't work. Okay, next.
Yes.
So just trying more, being more flexible with trying different things.
I would say after 50 and as of recent, doing me.
Okay.
Doing me. Traveling a lot and traveling a lot alone, which has been very therapeutic.
Okay.
I really, 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 really enjoy it. Because you don't have to worry about no one else and just you just on yourself, like just doing you, whatever it looks like.
Get up when you want to go
and
get stuff.
Exactly.
The difference in seeing when it's almost I could see the transformation when you made that. You know what I'm saying? Your glow, your flow. You know, even though we connect kindred souls that connected, but just some things that I was like, I see this. When you see it, because we're good at putting on that mask.
And that's a great
moving
point.
But
That's a great point, especially when you're the strong one, right? You're the one that everybody leans on, depends on.
Yes.
And that's what's been good about us checking in, because we are the strong ones, you know, making sure that we're okay, because nobody checks on the strong one.
Exactly.
They usually don't, because they're so strong. But you never know what's going on the inside.
Very true.
So if you out there have a strong friend, call them and see how they doing. Check in with them, because that's important. And they need it. They need it.
Very much.
I
They
need
need that connection.
You know, they need to just have a safe space to land, really. Because you're the strong one, you can't go to a weak one.
No.
Right?
They'll look
Like
at you
eagles
crazy.
don't go to pigeons for advice, right? So I need to call on another
You bringing me down.
Right. So I have to go to another eagle and be like, how we doing this? Right?
Yes.
Make
Best
sure that
analogy
y'all
ever.
check on your strong friends.
Yes.
Now let's talk about our sisterhood.
Yes.
How has the definition of friendship changed now that you're older?
Well, I guess you can piggyback on what you find to be important in the qualities.
Yes.
And for me, it's what you show.
Yes.
And what you demonstrate. Not just as much as, I've known you for 20 years. I've still got friends and acquaintances from elementary school and so forth that, you know, because I went to school in Atlanta and different stuff. But then when you start seeing, I guess, the value.
Yes.
And really not their value, but how they value you.
Yes.
Because you already know how you value someone.
Yes.
And it's not parallel. And,
Right.
and not to say your
Right.
friendships, you know, you give, you take, you
Yes.
whatever. But
Yes.
I've noticed that once I've cut back on certain things, it was, I'm giving too much. And I don't give too much to my man.
And
So,
then when you cut
you
back, noticing the reaction in that.
Yes.
Right.
Is it a problem now that I've cut back?
Yeah.
So that lets me know that you're not. I mean, and I have a friend from high school So we have been friends. Oh wow, I don't even want to say this.
Yeah.
42
You said high school? Yeah.
42 years.
Yes.
Now that I think about it. 42 years. Shout out to Venus.
Hey!
42 years we have been friends. We don't talk every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes months go by, you know, but after a while it's like, wait a minute, I didn't talk to her. You know?
Yes.
Girl, what's
And
wrong
the call
with you?
goes in, right?
Yeah.
The call goes in. Where you been? What you doing? Where you at? Because she
Right.
travels like a banshee. So it's like, where you at now? You know.
That recharge.
But it sounds like y'all
That's that
balance
recharge.
each other
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
opposed to
Come
that.
right back to
Yeah.
where like no
Yes,
time
like no
has
time has passed.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
How
you
would you
recharge
say?
each other back up. 'Cause
Yes.
they-
Yeah.
Once we had
you're
that conversation,
depleted, yup,
and
then-
sometimes it's 20 minutes, sometimes it's 3 hours,
Yes.
right?
Right. Oh, gosh, we already know.
But
yes.
once you reconnect, you know, and that's just like with us when we get together.
Yeah.
You know, I had
Yeah.
to make sure to say, look, we on a time restraint, but
Right.
because we can be on the phone for
Yeah.
hours just
Yeah.
sharing and pouring into each other, and you know, and that's when you know, like you said, the quality of the
Yes.
relationship.
Yeah.
exactly.
You know,
And if you wouldn't accept it, even from your children, your mates, your
Right.
mother, your father, you
Right.
know,
Right.
those
Right.
intimate people, even though your friends are, then why would you accept it from someone else?
from
Yes.
someone else,
Right, yeah.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
unfortunate, but
And wait, and now at this age, it is what it is.
Exactly.
What it
Yeah.
is.
It is what it is. So you look better gone. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Look,
And the back of your head look
going
great.
and coming.
wait,
Your, the back of your head look great.
Wait,
don't make me use that.
that's another.
Now you done gave me something
Now
else
look.
to be baby.
Your mom
They
was
already got me
BJ
getting on
and
their
my mama
nerves.
was MJ, so that was another MJ production. You look better gone.
Lord.
They already be sick of me saying like,
That
"Honey, okay, see how that
everything.
worked for you."
Right,
I
right,
don't have time for it no more. Like,
Oh.
whereas like you used to.
right,
Yes.
right. Brown Sugar, how would you say
I
friendship
would
has
say
changed the
you,
definition?
You don't have to have a big, large circle of
Yes.
friends.
Yes.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
I have one young lady that I'm friends with, and she just got to be friends with everybody. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, you just got to be friends with everybody. It's just too many
It's
people.
exhausting,
trying
first
to,
of all.
Yes.
you
It is
know,
very-
trying to please,
Trying to be there for
connect
everybody.
with, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't have to have
Yeah.
that many people. I
Yes.
just want those that, like you say, that's going to pour into me.
Mm-hmm.
I pour back into them. You know, when time has passed, we can just come right back together like
we
no
missed a
time
beat.
is-
No skipping
time
of a
has
beat.
passed.
Yeah.
You know, and just the quality time that we spend together and just sharing with one another. You know, and I'm there for you, you're there for me.
Yes,
And-
it's
and-
reciprocal.
Yes.
that's what I
And
need.
at this age, if it's not, you look better gone.
I like the back of your head.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Lord, we gonna lose everybody. And honestly, my mother, her whole life, my Aunt Dee Dee was there from the time I was born, and she was not my mother's blood sister. And even with me being a socialite, and my mom said, "You're gonna get tired of that shit. You're
Yeah.
gonna get tired of people because you're pulling here, you're doing
Yes,
that,
yes.
and I'm still involved.
And your calendar stay full.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yes,
And I'm
yes.
still, but now I'm involved, but I don't have to be. I don't have to
The
be an
chair of
officer.
it.
I don't
Yes,
have to
yes.
come to your event if I don't want to.
Right.
I don't, you know, and then now I understand. My mom said you have friends and you have acquaintances.
Yes.
So when I absorb and look at my circle, then I was like, it's really these two people.
Yeah.
That, you know, one I've known longer than the other. One it hasn't been as long as just a lot of people. But then that's it. Those
Yeah,
two people.
yeah.
Then everybody else, you're really an acquaintance.
Yes,
You be
yeah.
like, that's my sister and that's
Yeah,
it. Okay. You can say that, but really I
Right.
wouldn't
Yeah,
trust
yeah.
my little poodle, God rest his soul, Tyler,
Yeah.
with you know, so yeah.
Would you say? What
I
you
would say learning that I can rely on women because exactly that. Because yeah, some women, but they really don't like you.
Yeah.
So learning that the sisterhood that I've built here, I don't have to worry
Right, right.
because I feel at peace
Yes.
around this group of women because all women, especially growing up with mothers that might not have had that type of relationship with other
Yeah.
women too.
Yeah.
Like my
Yeah.
mother, she was never
Yeah.
the woman that had like real tight female.
Wow,
We
okay.
good.
My
They were
mom,
always in competition with each other.
Wow,
So
okay.
And that
to
brings
have
up a good
women
point.
that
Yeah.
you don't feel like you need to outshine them or
Yes.
and you can
Yeah.
always feel
And
like
we
you could
accept
call
each
them and
other's
talk.
differences
Yep.
and all that.
Yeah.
And that is
That's it.
that's real. That's real because every
Yeah.
person, I have a different relationship with you. Then I have a different relationship with you. A different relationship with you. When I talk to each of you, we talk about different stuff than what I've talked to. And like you said, accepting who we are
Yeah.
Individually.
individually, but
Yes.
then collectively when we come together,
Boy,
now,
it's a team bag, baby.
you
It's a
might
team
have
bag.
problems, right? You
It's a
might have
team bag.
problems when we all together, but
Everybody want to be a
Yeah.
team when we get together.
right, exactly,
Yes.
exactly. That happens everywhere we go.
Yes. I want to be an honorary team.
Go somewhere.
So, what do you guys think is the secret to our decade-long friendship?
You just said it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We love each other individually.
Yeah.
We appreciate who each one of us are separately and,
and
collectively.
Yeah,
And
that's
let me
a great
tell you,
point.
when we started to pick an executive board, the people, and it was like, oh, Jesus, people that we talk to, and oh, my Lord. Oh, and I believe in that divine spirit.
Yes.
And that divine connection when we finally had. First we started with Trey Love, and then you Spark. Lord have mercy, Spark Plug came along,
Yes.
and truly was our Spark Plug.
Because it was someone else before Spark
Oh
Plug.
God, don't.
So
I
wait,
can't-
no, it was someone else before me.
Okay.
Well, it
That
was
was-
both of them though.
Yeah,
yeah, but
it was somebody that was
Jesus,
doing
like,
the T-shirts or something.
Oh yeah, that
before.
one word.
Yeah, but immediately it was like, okay, they gone. We was like, I sit here and say, and she's always the nicer one. Like, okay, you gonna tell this lady? Yeah, okay, here you go. We don't need you.
Thank you.
Then she comes along and says, okay, here you go. We don't need you. Like, so yeah, just
Yeah.
that divine connection.
Yes.
Because I've had nonprofits, and you have people you have to fire, you keep, you get, and it's never been that factor. It was just like, Lord, you gave us not just that unity of where it started just with finding people with our names,
Right.
but goodness, like
Yeah.
you just don't hear that
Yeah.
a whole board of people continue together.
Yes.
When I see
they start
that
something.
T Club message pop up,
I
I be about to break my phone to see what's going on because I know my girls has got something going
yes.
on.
And,
Yeah.
and that's a good check-in place for us. Like if it's been a minute, like, hey, what we doing? What's
Even
going
just
on?
a positive quote, just like make you smile. Like,
Yeah, because it brings you back to this.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
and I would say the biggest thing is trust.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's we don't have to say it. It's just there.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
That we can rely on, that we
Yeah.
can trust no matter what. We're going to be there for each other. Like, that's important.
No judgment.
No judgment.
And
now,
I tell
we
you,
might
I-
talk
I-
about your ass, but
Yeah.
no.
And we gonna tell you.
We gonna tell you right
too. Like, girl, you know what you be doing.
Yeah.
Look here.
We right in your face with it. Hey,
Right.
y'all don't do that.
Right,
But not
exactly.
behind your back to everybody.
Exactly.
Right.
And
That's
then,
that
yeah,
trust.
because we all share the same, information with each other. I
Yeah.
know for me, I can make a call to one of you all, and I even know, like with I can give an example of Trey Love when it was a year anniversary. I don't want to go back to that of losing her husband, and whereas I felt like I should have been more supportive of you, and she happened to be in town, and it was like I just gave me chills. Now I just kind of lost it because I felt like she still was trying to be strong because she was with his family, and it just like I just kind of lost it. Just like I cried, like I shouldn't be crying to make her feel,
She did.
And it was just I just saw her face,
Yeah.
But then that factor of just the connection, like we are saying
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
forth,
Yeah.
and it just was needed. Because then after that, I also realized that what
You needed
I
it
was
too.
having some moments,
Yes.
and didn't have anybody just
Yes.
to reach out to and just whoosh. So
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
and that's actually a great example. And matter of fact, I mentioned that to someone earlier today. He asked when was the last time we were all together, and the last time I saw all of us, all four together, was at my husband's funeral.
Yes.
But then I saw you at the year
Yeah.
anniversary. So
Yeah.
even though we haven't physically seen each other, it's like,
Hit and miss,
okay,
but we still
we
connected.
haven't missed a beat. So,
Yeah.
you know, we're always here. Now, there are women out there, and we say women, but look, men too, that don't have a sisterhood, a brotherhood circle, may feel lonely, you know, cut themselves off in a shell. Like, what kind of advice would you give that person about finding a tribe?
For me, sometimes when you see women, and I've talked to women with that hurt that they have or not being able to trust, you got to be able to open up to possibly you can be hurt again. But
You got to be vulnerable.
Be vulnerable.
Yes. You
know,
have to
because
be
it
vulnerable.
can't happen. You can't control others. You can only
Yes.
control you. But you
Right.
learn from that hurt.
Yes.
Especially if it's from a woman, someone you're close to. And it may seem cliche, but even joining groups
Yes.
from your church, a smaller entity, your first lady group, your pastors, something on your pastor's aid group, something small, or even a book club.
Yeah.
And if you take those
finding
little-
something with
those little
a common interest, or finding, you know, getting out doing something you love.
and don't dump so much into it, because you know. But and I know my pastor spoke on it. That's something in your life, someone else is going through that same, or they dealt with it, they're going through it, and so forth. But it may seem cliche, but try some groups, and then and you don't have to be friends with everybody.
That part.
And I would say, like, if you find yourself in that state, possibly some depression is going on, seek help.
Oh
Yes.
You know, and you mentioned a point earlier about your mom not having female friends and how stuff is passed down in generations, right?
Yes.
And I think our generation is the generation that could break a lot of that, or has broken a lot of that.
My cousin and I talk about that.
So a lot of depression is even passed down in the family, you know, and
hiding
hiding it. So I would say, first thing, if you find yourself in, seek help. Seek help, and your church is a good place to go. You know, look up support groups. You know, for what you have going on. You got. Because
you're not alone.
There's still life. And listen, and life abundantly after 50. Let me tell you, because I'm living it.
And that part, because you don't know the time of the day, as they say, that is very true. And then just a factor of you wanting to live your best life. And even for me, people used to think it was cliche, just not just going to counseling, but you gotta do the work. You gotta do the work. You can sit with a counselor all day long.
But if you don't receive
my mother,
look, if you don't receive what they're saying, then it's mute.
Well, that's
it's
it.
going in and out.
And then that goes back to the vulnerability.
Yes.
You gotta open yourself up. If you want something different,
right?
You got to do some
something
different shit,
Yep.
right?
That goes back to, you can't be afraid.
You can't be afraid.
Be the one to make the first move.
Yes.
You know, don't sit around and wait for somebody else to, well, come on and invite you somewhere. You reach out. You make the first move.
And a lot of times, I know, like, as things change with me, I did a lot of stuff by myself.
Yes.
I took myself, self-care.
Yes.
I took myself to dinner. I took myself to the movies.
Okay.
Yes.
I took myself to the club and went dancing on the dance floor by myself. You know, take some self-interest in doing things that build you up. Like, what's your favorite thing to do for yourself?
Go swimming.
Swimming? Listen.
Girl,
you gotta pull in like
she get on my nerve with this pool. Oh, Lord.
But you know,
wait, in your video yesterday, let me just say, I put on there Hollywood, okay? Floating in the pool with your flower glasses on and your swim cap, chilling, right,
baby? Look, and you know I
that
painted
baby.
them blue in them circles
Yes,
because it was yellow, and I wasn't having it.
Hollering.
But I needed it because I was having like a really crappy time doing this the little work that I do. So I needed that time by myself and feeling like
And that's your
it's
getaway.
okay for me to be in this
take a
pool in the middle of the
moment.
day
Now,
by myself.
by yourself. yourself. Exactly.
Skinny dip.
But it's
Hey,
like it's like feeling guilty
Yes.
about doing stuff. So that's the
I've been through that.
about
Yes.
doing
Yeah.
for you,
For you.
only
I've
for
been
you,
through that.
and not
Yeah.
worrying about okay,
Yeah.
well I should be doing this.
Right.
I really should be
Yeah.
doing that. I should
Right.
be out at work. I should be
Right.
trying to earn.
Right. Right. Right now, I'm finna get my ass in this pool.
Right, yeah.
And
With
I
that little
yeah.
ass swimsuit on.
Listen, but you look so
I'm finna
happy.
scroll my
Patrick
butt off
like
in
it.
there.
Yes.
Patrick, I'm
You-
finna scroll off in here. Yes, and
What
I
did you
just
say, Brown Sugar, was your favorite thing to do for
And
yourself?
I'm a stickler for getting my nails done faithfully, my
Yes.
feet done.
Yes.
I love body massages.
Yes.
I went and had a foot massage at Treat Your Feet a couple
Yes.
of weeks back. I went and had
They
dinner
do
and a
something.
margarita.
Yes.
So
Hey.
that's
Listen.
me.
Yes,
I love
yes.
me a margarita
Yes.
and just self-care.
Yes.
That's the
Yeah.
favorite thing.
What about you, Ray?
That same thing, that
Yeah.
self-care, because being so used to giving and giving
Yes.
and giving,
Yes.
and just not realizing how cool it is when it's just you.
You.
Because even when we're talking about people that don't have that circle, which may be a reason why,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you can also learn to love the space you're in by
Exactly.
yourself.
Yes.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah,
That's a
that-
good point. Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
do that.
yeah, so you
Yeah, for
value
me,
what
it's-
you want from a friend.
Yes.
What you want
Yes.
from a circle, what you need for them,
Yeah,
because
that's
you
where
have
you
to go
find
within
out
you
in yourself.
to
You're
see
right. That's where you
exactly
find
what
that out.
because you
Yeah.
had this relationship with them and they weren't feeding you. So
Yes.
what was it that they didn't give you that you now realize?
Yes.
That's a standard for you. That's something you feel like you need. So
Yeah.
being able to evaluate that in your brain of okay, I needed this, they didn't have it. So next person I decide to let in my space.
They got to have
They
this.
gotta have this.
There you
and
go.
they gotta
Yeah.
give it willingly.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
let me say that what I have seen is that people want things that they don't give. So that has been a reality for me, that you want this from me, but you never give
But you
it
never
to me.
Exactly.
given it to me.
And, you know, and even whatever kind of relationship
I
it
was
is,
about to
that-
say it don't matter what relate. That's such a
So,
great
yeah.
point. Yes, yeah. And the reason why people get cut off because
Right.
you
Yeah.
didn't
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
it. Be the you.
And then learning that people
Yes.
can't be you.
Be
Yeah,
the
and
you that you expect.
want.
Yup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
That's an
Yeah.
excellent
Oh
point.
my God.
So
that is good.
my self care. So I do all the things as well. I go get my nails done, my feet done. I have a massage membership. I travel. I decorate my house. I love doing that.
Yes.
Um,
we know.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Same thing. Bubble baths.
Oh,
Yeah.
the jacuzzi.
Listen, that's my next
you
thing.
I want to
didn't
get one of
realize
those jets for my,
jacuzzi.
for my
Yes.
pool.
Whoa.
Yes, yeah,
You-
yeah.
you're a
So,
pool
and it's
Yeah, I want to
really
get
important.
a jet for it, so like that infinity
Yes,
jet,
yes,
so you can
yes.
swim in one place. I
Yes.
think that'll be awesome.
Yes. So self care definitely important. So I thank you, ladies, so much.
Hey, what
You
we
know-
doing? Wait. We finished?
Right. See,
Right?
we can
Okay.
go on for hours.
Look at that.
And
Look how it
hours.
goes.
Commercial
And
break. Let's come
hours,
back.
right. And hours. So, but we will definitely do this again.
Yes.
Because
Oh, we
there's
forgot
more
about
things
menopause.
that we could talk about. Okay, look, let's go
Girl.
back to that for real. I want to go back to that. So
menopause,
before I dismiss
Jesus.
this, yes, let's pause and talk about menopause. What the fuck?
Yes.
Look, and I held on to this fan.
Right.
Yes.
See me sweating
Yes.
for like 2 minutes.
I've been over here trying not to
Because I just knew it was going to hit me.
look. I've been trying not to wipe my eyebrow off for a minute now. 'Cause, baby,
But
it's
I'm gonna
giving
tell
me
y'all something.
grief.
So my guest yesterday, she was a mental health therapist, and she spoke about nutrition, sleep, and movement.
Sleep.
Right, being the three things that could counter the effects of menopause. And I'm like, you say that, but then you know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what I've noticed. I've changed my diet significantly.
Okay.
I can't even tell you the last time I had a hot flash. When she said it, it resonated with
Okay.
me because
Okay.
now I'm trying to get more natural, more plant based.
Because the VA give you all kind of drugs. so
Right,
yeah.
right. I'm trying to
Yeah.
do that, and especially with PTSD.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a whole nother thing.
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about all that
Yeah.
yesterday. But she mentioned movement.
Yes.
I just started strength training. cholesterol was elevated, so my doctor recommended doing strength training.
Okay.
So she's right. Like it's a lot to do it. Like it's definitely a lifestyle
I need to try
change.
that.
But I have noticed that I don't have the hot flashes like I used to.
Right.
And,
So
and
it's
it
a lot
gives you
to
other
it.
issues, because I know trying to stay focused, say with sleep.
Yes.
I suffer with insomnia,
Yes.
but you can say that over and over again. But when I sit down, when I had a sleep psychologist
Yes.
and track my sleep and what I should do, so
Yes.
you've got to make the effort.
You've
like
got to
you're
make the
saying.
effort to make it happen.
Even though I still had it
Well, see, and
insomnia,
that's still-
it was
that's
still,
still-
like if
yes.
I make the effort though to
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
killing my husband.
So
I'm killing my poor husband.
Lord.
yeah.
With that damn fan.
Yes.
I got a fan right here.
Yes.
oh Jesus.
Blowing
Now-
on me.
now I
and
still
then I got
get
a
hot.
fan on the nightstand.
Yes.
Them night
Yeah.
sweats.
Yes.
I looked over last night. That man done built the fort.
Oh.
Trying to
Yeah,
protect
'cause he
himself
probably
from the
freezing.
cold.
We was
Yeah,
like narrow.
he
He done put a pillow fort.
He is very
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
Cause he over there
I can't
shaking
say
like a
mine narrow too.
Ooh,
He
them
just
night
deal with
sweats
it.
is
Yeah.
horrible.
It is
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
But I can say there's a lot of truth to what she said. So
I can't wait to
Yeah.
watch that
so
show.
take that
okay.
and,
I'm gonna have to watch that.
and, yeah, take that to to heart.
Exercise, eat right.
And you
Exercise-
reiterating what I've heard.
And,
yeah.
and not just that. So this is something else I learned, and then we're gonna wrap up. But even things you're putting on your body. So the other day, David
Okay.
uses an app that you scan, right, and it tells you the bad things that are in foods
Yes.
and the
Okay.
it has a score or a rating,
Yes.
right?
Okay.
If it's
Okay.
Yeah.
fair, poor,
Yeah.
excellent, whatever, right?
Okay. Okay.
So there's a lotion out that's the big rave right now at Target. And I'm gonna just it's the EOS brand. We scanned it with the app. And
you
it
better not say
said
that Shay one is something going on.
no, the whole brand. It said
I know.
bad. It said bad.
Yeah.
He had some Nubian shea butter lotion, scanned it, and it scanned at 100% excellent.
Okay.
So-
but natural. What
Yes.
he had was
Yes.
something. Okay.
But I say that to say, like, in the latter time with Charles, like, paying attention to the things that you consume, that you wear, put on your body, rub on your body. We changed detergents to more natural detergents.
Yes.
And like all of these little things make a difference because so many chemicals are going into everything,
Everything.
Yeah.
from your head
Head to your feet.
to the bottom of your feet.
Yep.
Wow.
And your skin is your biggest organ.
Right.
So
Right.
Yeah.
so I've started, making a lot of those transitions,
Yeah.
which has helped a lot. And I noticed like some of the brain fog not being as much
Yeah,
just
that's
by
good.
changing
Okay.
things. Paying attention to, first of all,
Yeah.
just paying attention to what you consuming,
Yeah.
period.
Right.
Even down to candles, like, paraffin is in just stuff like that. So anyway,
Wow.
as we age, like we
Yeah.
got to pay attention to the things that especially when you're in good shape, right?
Yeah.
And we're all in good
Yeah.
shape. Like, we don't have the normal, things that
Yeah.
are tearing down people like the generation before us.
Yeah.
And we want to stay that way. So
Yes.
so I
use
would
some
advise pay
eucalyptus.
attention
Eucalyptus
to
is good.
Eucalyptus.
yeah. But
Yeah.
different a lot of different natural stuff. But we
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah.
But the convenience of just grabbing the shit we used to grab,
Yeah.
used to
Yeah.
grabbing,
Yeah.
Right.
So just
Yeah.
Be
that's
mindful.
one thing I want to leave you
Yeah.
guys with. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
paying attention to what you consume, what you put on your body,
What you put in
in your body,
In your
all
body.
of those things,
Yes.
because it
Mentally
does,
and physically.
and it affects both things,
And that
mentally and
cancer that's
physically.
going around, and even when we become, and that's crazy you're saying that, because I'm more aware of what I do with my grandbabies.
Yes.
Because my oldest is autistic, and some of the things that my son and his wife are conscious
Yes.
of. So I do it with them, like you're saying, the washing powder,
Yes.
this and the other, less so than me, because certain lotion
Right.
I don't use on them.
Yes.
Which even become
But
grandparents
it should
really
be the-
makes me
Yes.
Yeah.
for my babies. Whereas
Yes,
now you're
yes.
making me say, but what you doing
Yes.
with you?
Yeah.
Wait, and
I
I know
oil and lotion up.
Rachel and Aunt probably sick of me because every time I find out something, I'm saying, "Don't give my baby no goddamn."
Don't put that on my
Yeah.
baby.
Right,
Don't
right,
care.
right. They probably get about 30 messages a day.
But hey, you think about it. Our grandparents didn't or
They
couldn't
didn't know.
do that.
Right.
They didn't
No,
know.
they ate
So
what they had.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I say we the generation that kind of changed a lot of it and
Yes.
still have the ability to
Yeah.
change.
Yes.
You know, so
Making better
if I could
decisions
leave-
about what
exactly.
goes in mentally and physically.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. So if I could leave y'all with that, definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely. But
love
again,
my
I
girls.
love you guys.
And we're so proud of you.
so much.
We've been trying to do
Yes, we
podcast
are.
thing, and Trey just
Yes.
took it to another
Yes,
level. We
yes,
talk about
yes.
it. We're just proud of you.
Yeah, oh,
Just-
thank you
No
so much.
procrastination here.
Well, let me just
Well,
say.
the business steps.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
she
There's
did very
lots of
professional
steps,
that you
to
did
getting
it
it
with.
up and running, and it's been pulling at me for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, haven't been in radio before, and I just felt like God just kept saying, "You got something to say. You got something to say. You got something to say.
Yeah.
When you gonna say it? When you
Right, right.
And I didn't know you had.
So-
You're a natural that you had because I studied Clark College.
Yeah.
I studied radio journalism. You were a natural then because I thought you had.
I had no
Some-
background
wow.
at all.
I never
At
wow.
all.
That's
at
awesome.
all. So yeah, so I'm happy to definitely be doing the podcast and sharing with our generation of
Great
women
job.
Yes.
to help, you know,
Great job.
you know, they maybe learn something, make a shift in life, whatever, you know. So I want to
Wonderful
run the
thing.
gamut of having conversations, real conversations,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
know, that
Open and
can be
honest.
helpful, open and honest. So I thank y'all again. And I look forward to us doing this again.
Yes.
Anytime we got something to talk about, definitely we can come to the
do it.
table.
Being able to grab each other
Yes.
and be able to be in this space. This
Yes.
Is
Yes.
calming.
It's-
This is
yes.
This is a recharge.
I mean, this is our spot. Like,
Yeah.
amongst each other, that's our spot. So,
Yes.
again, thank you, ladies.
love
And
you.
I love
Thank
you.
We love you.
If you can help one person, like the pastors.
Yes, if you can
And
help.
you, I'm sure the shows I've watched thus far, you have.
Yes.
Proud of you, girl.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, like, share, subscribe for sure.
Yes. Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, ladies. What an amazing conversation today. I hope you felt the laughter, the love, and the lessons that only sisterhood could bring. Here's what we know. Life after 50 is a journey of rediscovery. It's about embracing who we are, learning from where we've been, and leaning on the people who walk beside us. And for us, that bond is extra special because not only have we shared over a decade of friendship, we have shared one name too. Thank you for joining us for Girl, I'm Making It Through. Until next time, remember, whatever you're facing, you don't have to walk through it alone. With love, laughter, and sisterhood, you can make it through one beautiful day at a time. Tracy Marshall out.
Life keeps changing, and I keep aging. Turn my stress into blessings. I'm here to share my